Ladies and gentlemen, if you can please take your seats. Our program is about to begin. All right, you do not want me to start calling your names out. Please have a seat. Well, good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to see each and every one of you. My name is Jonna Reeder Claymeyer, and it is my pleasure to help lead the Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC, along with our chair of the board, Ryan Klein, who is seated to my right, and 25 committed board of directors members, and over 70 of our largest donors, our board of governors. Could our board of directors and board of governors please stand and be recognized? On behalf of your Colorado Springs Chamber and Economic Development Corporation, thank you for joining us today for the State of the City, presented by Underline. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the presentation of colors by the Colorado Springs Police and Fire Department's Combined Color Guard, and remain standing for the national anthem, which will be sung by Colin Wong. Colin is an 8th grader at Chinook Trail Middle School in Academy District 20. He has been singing since he was 3 years old and has shared his voice in a variety of settings through the years. Since 2021, he has been part of the Angels of America's Fallen, an organization dedicated to supporting children of our fallen military and first responders. Colin sings to honor his father today, U.S. Air Force Major Dominic Wong. Following the national anthem, please remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance, led by students from Douglas Valley Elementary School. Those students include Karis Clemenson, Riker Mayor, and Casey Stitzinski.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready, go! Third post color. Ready? Post. Up. Face. Forward. Mark.
Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Well, after we've all got our energy up after those young people helped brighten our day, now you get poor me. So, okay. Well, thank you for joining us again for the State of the City presented by Unterline. I'd like to invite all of our elected officials and our elected officials' representatives to please stand and be recognized for your service. And a special recognition to Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera has joined us today. We're very appreciative of her coming down from Denver. Today marks the halfway point in Mayor Yemi Mobolade's first term as our city's 42nd mayor. How time flies when you're having fun. The State of the City is a chance to look back on accomplishments, but also to look forward for both clarity and for vision. This morning, you will hear from Mayor Yemi outline his administration, how his administration is focused on keeping Colorado Springs both safe, vibrant, and connected. Vision only works when we as a community lean in together, and that includes ensuring economic vitality. At the Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC, we know that smart growth is essential for a thriving community. Growth means more opportunities for our residents. That's good jobs, housing choices, and a strong tax base that funds the services that each and every one of us rely on. But we also recognize there are challenges that we face. According to a recent data released by the nonpartisan think tank group, the Common Sense Institute, during the last year, July of 2024 to July of 2025, private sector job growth has decreased, while government jobs have grown in Colorado. Of the 16,400 jobs created in Colorado during that time, 10,900 were in the public sector. Did you hear me? Out of almost 17,000 jobs created in our state in 1 year, almost 11,000 were in the public sector. That means in just 1 year, 66% of Colorado's total job growth came from the public sector. That ranks us at the 5th highest rate of public sector growth in the country, while we were 48th out of 50 states in private sector growth. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. Now let's talk a little talent. Data from the Colorado State Demographer also shows that our state's net migration, the number of people moving here versus the number of people leaving for other states, has dropped 52.5% over the last decade. We all love to talk about how Colorado's growing, but folks, it's not. In order for our region to remain competitive, we must remain a place where businesses want to invest and where people want to build their futures. The numbers tell us that Colorado, we have work to do to create a stronger pro-business, pro-prosperity environment. It'll take all of us as employers and business leaders to ensure that Colorado stays competitive. Businesses tell the Chamber and EDC every single day that they chose Colorado Springs because of our skilled workforce, our awesome quality of life, and our pro-business environment. Thank goodness for El Paso County, right? Now, they also remind us that if we don't keep pace with our infrastructure and housing while limiting unnecessary business regulations and tax burdens, we risk the ability to compete in the future. We need to keep making the business community's voice heard at the state level, because a thriving private sector is what drives our tax base and Colorado's success. The story of Colorado Springs has always been one of possibility, and together we can make sure that the next chapter is one where our city grows thoughtfully and in ways that benefits everyone that's lucky enough to call this place home. The vision and progress we're talking about today does not happen in isolation. They happen because of strong partnerships across business, government, and community. Now, in the coming months, your Chamber and EDC will be unveiling ways for you to become more involved in telling our story at the state level and influencing the efforts to have more pro-business legislators elected at the state level. Yes, I agree. That deserves a round of applause. So I hope that you will stay tuned and plan to partner with us on these efforts. We'll have more soon. Now, speaking of partnership, in the spirit of partnership, it's reflected in the sponsors who have made today's event possible. First, Underline, our presenting sponsor. We will hear from Bob Thompson here in just a moment. And now today we have 3 associate sponsors, the first being Norwood Development Group. Norwood Development Group has been a loyal supporter of the Chamber and EDC for over 50 years. As a member of our Board of Governors, our Board of Directors, and our Titans of Economic Development Council, let's take a moment to learn about Belle, a 5,000-pound steel sculpture that was commissioned by Norwood Development Group in Percheron, their new planned community.
Before, there were Banning Lewis ranches. Before, there were prize-winning cattle. There was Union Ice and Coal Company. More than a century ago, Ruth Banning raised mighty Percheron draft horses on the eastern plains of Colorado Springs. Percherons pulled wagons for her Union Ice and Coal Company, delivering ice and coal to homes and businesses across Colorado Springs. These powerful yet gentle giants became a symbol of perseverance and community spirit in our city. Today, that spirit rides again. Commissioned by Norwood Development Group, this new Percheron sculpture, Belle, pays tribute to that remarkable chapter in our history. Belle now stands as a landmark on Colorado Springs' eastern horizon along Woodman Road. Created by internationally acclaimed artist Andy Scott, known for monumental works, blending art, history, and place. This 16-foot, 5,000-pound work offers a timeless welcome to all that pass. We invite you to come experience Belle in person to celebrate the strength of those who came before us, the determination that built this community, and the promise of what is still to come.
And now our second associate sponsor. I'm pleased to introduce Soren, formerly known as Stopman Cast Ryan. Soren is a member of our Board of Governors for over 30 years, as well as a titan of economic development. And our chairwoman of our Foundation of Colorado Springs Future, Trinity Bradley Anderson, is a partner at Soren. Please turn to the screens to learn more about Soren's support and commitment to the Colorado Springs community.
At Soren, we're proud to call Colorado Springs home. We've been supporting our local business, nonprofits, our friends and our neighbors for decades.
At Soren, we bring more capabilities, more ways to help you grow, but we still remain deeply committed to Colorado Springs.
From city builders to community leaders, we're very proud to partner with the people who are shaping Colorado Springs' future.
Rooted here, ready for what's next. Let's grow together.
And last but not least, our third associate sponsor is Kaiser Permanente. Please join me in welcoming Sarah Allen, Vice President of Marketing, Sales, and Business Development. Kaiser Permanente has been a Board of Governors investor for over 22 years, and they also support growth and development in Colorado Springs by serving on our Titans Council. Sarah?
Good morning. Thank you, Jonah. As Jonah introduced me, I'm Sarah Allen, Vice President of Marketing, Sales, and Business Development here at Kaiser Permanente in Colorado. We are so excited to be a sponsor of this great event. Kaiser is a leading nonprofit, and we are also one of the largest providers of healthcare here in the state of Colorado. Kaiser Permanente exists to provide high-quality, affordable healthcare, and we also exist to improve the health of our members and the communities that we serve. We proudly cared for Southern Colorado for 28 years, and we're proud to be a partner with Colorado Springs to address the biggest factors that shape the health and the vibrancy of the community we live in. We know that Kaiser Permanente alone cannot make the big changes that we need to sustain healthcare in our communities. And this is why we work with partners in the healthcare sector and beyond to solve these challenges. We believe that working in communities with businesses and governments is the best way, in collaboration with our neighborhoods, to ensure that we have a healthy workforce and a healthy population here in Colorado. We are so proud to work alongside the great community organizations of Colorado Springs, like D11 School District, the Veterans Housing Program, the Care and Share Food Bank, and the Special Olympics of Colorado. Thank you for having us here. We are excited to help celebrate all the great things that are happening in this community. I'll turn it back to Jonah. Thank you.
Keep eating. Give me a second. Okay. And now we want to say thank you to our supporting sponsors. If you could please hold your applause until all of their names are read. AMR, The Broadmoor, Bryan Construction, Colorado Springs Airport, Common Spirit, DoorDash, DPR Construction, El Pomar Foundation, Int Credit Union, Garden of the Gods Resort and Spa, The Gazette, Peak Vista Community Health Centers, Southwest Airlines, UC Health, Southern Colorado Region, USAA, Colorado Springs Campus. Can we give them a round of applause? And now behind me, you can see all the names of our contributing sponsors. Their logos are behind me. Please give them a round of applause. And now I am pleased to introduce Bob Thompson, the founder and CEO of our presenting sponsor, Underline. Founded in 2019, Underline has been on our Board of Governors of the Chamber and EDC for 5 years, and they're also a valued member of the Titans Council, where Underline supports job growth and talent attraction here in the Pikes Peak region. Join me in welcoming Bob Thompson.
Good morning, everybody. They told me to stay behind the podium, but as my team would tell you, I don't take direction very well. So I have to tell you what a privilege it is to be here, to look out and see so many clients and partners, and frankly, more so friends. In the time that I've spent here in the city, I have been personally really blessed by people that have taken their time and their attention and educated me about the city. They have told me about the challenges that they see. They have told me about the opportunities that we can all try to invest in together. So I would say again, thank you. It's a privilege to be here. Those of you who know me well know I'm serious when I say I value this, because it is a tall order to get me into a tie anymore. So with that said, for the few of you that I haven't met yet here in town, my name again is Bob Thompson. I am the founder of Underline. We are best understood as equal parts infrastructure technology company and infrastructure builder, where we fund, build, own, operate, and maintain complex fiber to the community networks. Here in the county, we've committed in excess of $100 million of capital to the market. We are very well along in delivering service all across the city, and the way that we operate is very intentionally geared toward every client segment in the market. So I'm proud to say that today already here in town, we serve every client from a less affluent family who needs a break, and so we provide them internet for $30 a month. We provide discounted service to veterans and nonprofits, all the way to the other end of the spectrum, where we're privileged to serve complex defense technology and academic organizations who pay us $15,000 plus a month. So the business model, the technology is geared to drive the community forward across every client. We are a national business, particularly on the technology side, but we do operate very intentionally in a spirit of local community partnership. We have created in excess of 50 local jobs here in the Springs. We pay our people on average about 2 times the state average wage. So we do believe in local folks. If you're a client of Underline and you call the client satisfaction desk, that's local people right here in the Springs. On the subject of investing locally, we also believe in supporting nonprofits. So let's have a minute of quick fun together, if we can. If you look on your table, there's a little green card. And there's a QR code. If you shoot that, it'll take you to a form. We're donating this morning $10,000 to 3 local charities. The good folks at Mount Carmel, veterans, the local Humane Society, as well as Safe Passage, which is an organization that protects youth caught in a domestic abuse situation. But y'all are going to determine who gets how much. So if you'll shoot that QR code, it'll take you to a type form, and you pick which organization you value, and that will determine how the $10,000 is divvied up. Thank you to those 3 organizations who do great work in this town. I would say that it has been a great privilege to spend time here in the community and to partner with the folks at the Chamber, Jonna and her team who do great work. I've been really privileged to be part of the Titans and to be invited into the discussion with you folks about how this city can grow well. I get the privilege of going all over the country and talking to different cities, and the truth is, you've got challenges here, as Jonna referenced, here locally and in the state. There's challenges all over the country. What is a bit different, though, that I would note is it's not everywhere we go that we actually see an alignment of purpose in the community, where people join events like this. People join and commit their time and their resources to organizations like the Titans to figure out what that optimal future can look like. How do you respect the traditions of the past and yet make a commitment to progress clear? It's hard. It takes a lot of commitment. I just would respectfully ask everybody here, please stay stuck into the dialogue, how this city can grow into its best future. One of the things that's also been a privilege for me is to get to know the mayor a bit. And I can state quite comfortably that I see his commitment to a safe and vibrant and increasingly connected city here. I know because of his background as an entrepreneur and a businessman that he understands the critical nature of forming good businesses and forming good jobs here in the local market. I'm very excited to hear what Mayor Yemi has to say about his plans for the coming couple of years of this term as mayor. And so I'd ask you all if you would please join me in welcoming Mayor Yemi to the stage.
Everybody on their feet, on your feet, on your feet. Let's go, let's go.
I've been ready for this my whole life.
Because it's not about them. This is about us.
Rest at the end, not in the middle. And that's something I always live by. Let me tell you something, you don't let anything, nothing, come between us.
This is your time.
This is our time now. Second half is our time.
Now go out there and take it.
Oh, hey, one last thing. And I want everyone's eyes on me when I say this. Look at me.
Members of the Colorado Springs City Council, distinguished guests, local, state, and federal dignitaries, elected officials, past and present, esteemed members of our military community, my fellow city employees, Colorado Springs City Utilities employees, business leaders, and residents of the great city of Colorado Springs, welcome to my halftime report, also known as the State of the City Address for 2025. Now, you might be wondering why your mayor is standing here in a Notre Dame jersey during his annual address. I'm so glad you asked. You see, fall's in the air, and that means football season. And for those of you that know me, you know that I am a proud Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan. Yeah, I see we have others in the house. Actually, in fact, I joke that being a Notre Dame fan is a requirement for being mayor of Colorado Springs. Just ask my predecessor, former Mayor John Southers. Now, I would admit it has not been the best start for my team this year. And we finally picked up a win last Saturday. And yes, we are the only top 25 team with an 0-2 record since 1988. And the Broncos, yes, they're having the same challenge. And go Falcons, but I digress. But here's the point I'm trying to make. Halftime is when coaches and analysts, they step back and look at the first half. They review key plays and stats and strategy and then make adjustments needed to finish strong. And just like every football game, I have also recently passed my halfway mark of my first term as your mayor. So today, I stand before you to give you my halftime report. I look at the stats, key plays, and strategy as we work together to advance the flourishing of Colorado Springs. But first, there are a number of partners to thank this morning, beginning with my fellow elected officials and public servants, and that is your city, Colorado Springs City Council. To Council President Lynette Crow-Iverson, President Pro Tem Brian Reesley, and our 6 district council members, Dave Donaldson, Tom Bailey, Brandy Williams, Kimberly Gold, Nancy Henjum, and Roland Rainey. Thank you for walking alongside me in service to our great city. Additionally, we have neighboring municipalities, county, state, and federal elected officials in the room, including Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera from the governor's office, Congressman Jeff Crank from Colorado's 5th Congressional District, Mayor Heather Graham from the city of Pueblo, Mayor Sharon Thompson from the city of Fountain, Mayor John Graham from the city of Manitou, and Mayor Mitch LaKine from the town of Monument, our district attorney, Michael Allen, and El Paso commissioners, Bill Wysong and Corey Applegate. Thank you all for your partnership and your presence today. Please all stand up, all the elected officials in the House, to be recognized. And to our distinguished military leaders with us today, thank you for joining me. I especially want to recognize the Superintendent of the U.S. Air Force Academy, Lieutenant General Tony Bauernfeind, the Commanding General of the 4th Infantry Division in Fort Carson, Major General Patrick Ellis, and the Commander of Space Operations Command, who's not here today, my friend, Lieutenant General David Rock Miller. These leaders and many more, their friendship and their partnership have truly helped make Colorado Springs the most military-friendly city in America. Would you all please stand so that we too can recognize your service? Thank you. To the Chamber and EDC Board Chair, Ryan Klein, President and CEO, John Arita Kleinmeyer, and the entire Chamber and EDC team, thank you for hosting us today. And to our hosts here at the Broadmoor, Jack Demoli and Alba, and every member of your team, I see you too, and thank you. See, your excellence was just recognized recently, nationally, when the Broadmoor was named the #3 best destination resort by USA Today's Reader's Choice Award. Let's give this outstanding team a resounding round of applause. And thank you to the Colorado Springs Police and Fire Combined Color Guard, and to my friend, 13-year-old Colin Wong, for his courageous and beautiful rendition of our national anthem, which you've heard he sings to honor his fallen hero and dad, United States Air Force Major Dominic Wong. I also want to thank, yes, Colin. I also want to thank the 4th and 5th graders, students from Douglas Valley Elementary School in District 20. They did a great job leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm so proud of them. And here's the thing, as a parent of 3 young kids, my wife is here today. I know the courage, and I can appreciate the courage it actually takes to get up in front of 900 people and display patriotism. And speaking of 900 people, thank you all for being here and bringing your own team spirit, unless you're a Buckeyes fan. Sorry, the Buckeyes fan. It's personal. To those watching online on the broadcast, we see you too, and thank you for joining in. And speaking of spirit, actually one of the incredible blessings of my job is to recognize exceptional achievements of Colorado Springs residents through the mayors of the Colorado Springs Award. And these awards recognize the best in our community, including the Mayor's Young Leader Awards, the Keep It Clean Award, the Flag Day Award, and the Inspirational Leader Award. But the crown jewel of the award series is the Lifetime Achievement Award, the most prestigious award given by the Mayor's Office each year. It has been awarded to a distinguished group of leaders whose sustained efforts have helped shape our great city. And this year's recipient is no exception. So, it is my great honor to award David Lord with the Mayor's Spirit of Colorado Springs Lifetime Achievement Award. David is over there. He's coming up in a little bit. Before I invite David to join me on stage, allow me a moment to brag about his impressive service. You see, David is a retired college administrator with 35 years of experience, including nearly 2 decades at Colorado College. But title retired college administrator hardly captures the depth of his impact. Among his many accomplishments, he co-founded the Pikes Peak Housing Network to expand housing solutions, served at the Downtown Review Board to help revitalize the city's core, and advanced senior well-being through innovation in the Agent Collaborative. And that's just a few of his many accomplishments. If you know David and his family, they do have a family foundation, and his philanthropy and influence extends far beyond our city limits. David has carried the spirit of Olympic City, USA across the globe, including to my own continent of origin, Africa, using the game of basketball to ignite hope, connection, and to create opportunities. But what truly sets David apart is his character, his humility, his kindness, his compassion, his generosity, his servant leadership, and his unwavering integrity. And I just learned that actually David went to the same college as Mr. Rogers, Rollins College. So it makes sense that your character shines like his. And David, long before I became mayor and throughout my time in office, your leadership and your friendship has been steady, encouraging, and deeply meaningful. So on behalf of a grateful city, and with gratitude from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your selfless service. Please turn your attention to the video for a special tribute to David.
The word quietly is defined as without making much noise. This adverb is often used to describe actions performed in a peaceful manner. It can mean doing something discreetly or subtly, and it's the perfect way to describe the service of David Lord.
David is very humble. He's very genuine.
When I talk about servant leadership, his picture should pop up, right, in Google. He is soft-spoken, but when he has a point, he's there. And he is advocating.
David Lord has been quietly advocating for others and working to improve our community for nearly 40 years.
I met David in 1987. He started at Colorado College as the business manager, and he had an opening in his office. And I applied for the position and worked for him for 10 years in that position as his assistant.
David spent 18 years at Colorado College, connecting with students and with the city.
He has a passion for the students and making sure all the students were happy while they were here, helping them with their businesses, helping them to see, what are you interested in? He was always connecting students with the greater Colorado Springs and trying to see what their passion was.
His own passion for helping older adults led to his involvement with Silver Key Senior Services.
Silver Key is an organization that's 55 years old and still growing. We do a whole lot of range of services for older adults to be able to make sure people can age independently with quality of life.
He's someone who, not only had the ability to give, good direction at the board level, but he's also a guy that's answering telephones. He's delivering Meals on Wheels. He might be sitting down and having lunch or dinner with some of the clients.
Without David, I don't think that we would have been growing the way that we have been growing.
Another growing area where he has quietly contributed is downtown Colorado Springs. 5 years ago, he was appointed by City Council to serve on the Downtown Review Board and is now the chair.
David has lived right downtown for, I think, around 40 years. Which is really, he'd be considered an early adapter of urban living. Downtown Review Board is a group of 9 individuals appointed by City Council that serve essentially like a planning commission specific to downtown Colorado Springs. He really sees both sides of an issue. He has a lot of empathy and acknowledges how some of these decisions might be impacting folks. But then ultimately is able to bring the project back to the standards and criteria and to make sure that proper decisions are being made.
He may have done all of these things without much recognition, but he's made a lasting impression.
I'm just started my 37th year at Colorado College, and I say it's all attributed to David because he saw things in me that I didn't see in myself.
So now it's time to make some noise by presenting David Lord with the 2025 Spirit of Colorado Springs Lifetime Achievement Award.
He's that silent type that makes a big impact in the community, and I think that that's one reason that he's absolutely deserving of this award.
I heard about this recognition for his lifetime achievement, and I thought to myself, he's only just beginning here.
I'm not sure I can keep up with him. He's just constantly on the go. And every time I turn around, I'm hearing that he's involved in another initiative. He loves his community, and he loves the mission of helping and assisting our seniors.
His involvement in such a wide range of issues and projects and sites is probably unmatched.
Colorado Springs, please give it up for David Lord.
When you get old, you have to have glasses. Thanks, Mayor, for this incredible honor and wonderful video. I am so honored to be joining others who I admire, like Mayor Suthers, Richard Scorman, and Kathy Liu, who have received the award prior to me. There are so many people in the room and at my table today that I've had the privilege to work with over the years, making Colorado Springs a better community. As the mayor indicated, I am fortunate to have graduated from Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida, and it has greatly affected my life, and I'm also proud to have been where Mr. Rogers went to school. His words are great advice to all of us. Mr. Rogers believed life is for service, and that real strength lies in helping others. He emphasized kindness, seeing it as a form of ultimate success and a way to build connections in the neighborhood of neighborhoods where everyone gives and receives help. A good deal of my professional life was as business manager at Colorado College, where we educated students to go out in their community and make a difference. As I close my comments, there never has been a time where we all need to collaborate, listen to others, volunteer our time, and help those in our community in need. Colorado Springs has a long history of people helping people and caring about each other. Again, thanks for this incredible award and inspiration to continue addressing the needs of our community, like affordable housing, helping seniors, and continuing to have Colorado Springs be a great place. And along with the theme today, there is plenty of room for all of us to get on the mayor's team and get on the team of City of Colorado Springs and contribute and make a difference in this community. So I just say, go Colorado Springs, join the team, let's get behind our mayor.
Let's give it up for David one more time. Councilmember Lineweber, my apologies. I left you out when I was recognizing the city council members. So Colorado Springs, as I said, today's State of the City is a halftime report, an honest look at what my team and I have delivered on your behalf and how we plan to meet the challenges ahead. For the past 15 years, Colorado Springs has enjoyed steady revenue growth. But since 2023, that growth has flattened. Like families and businesses across the country, we are facing economic headwinds. From day one of my administration, Fiscal stewardship has been a top priority, not just because of necessity, but because it's our responsibility to be good stewards of limited public resources. And despite these challenges, I am so proud of what we have accomplished together in each of our 5 strategic priority areas of public safety, infrastructure, housing and homelessness, economic vitality, and community activation. Let's begin with the most essential function of government and the cornerstone of my mayoral legacy, public safety. Public safety is and will remain a top priority for my administration, and it is clear our residents feel the same way. A recent poll revealed that more than 60% of Colorado Springs residents want to see both increased police presence and additional investment in public safety. But here's the truth. A safe city is the foundation for everything else. It is the bedrock of economic prosperity, cultural vibrancy, and quality of life. Simply put, a safe city is a great city, and a great city is a safe city. When it comes to making Colorado Springs one of the safest cities in the nation, the good news is that we are making real progress. Since I took office in June 2023, we have hired more than 250 police officers, a historic milestone. For the first time in our city's history, the police department crossed more than 800 officers on the force, and we are continuing moving forward to our full strength of 839 officers. But why does that matter? Because more officers mean faster response time, safer streets, safer neighborhoods, and for the first time since 2019, we are on track to nearing full staffing before the end of my first term. And let me be clear, even at 839 officers, we're still operating lean compared to most cities. Another major win is our 911 call center, the women and men that serve as the critical first point of contact during emergencies. When I took office, we faced significant staffing shortages and call response time delay. Today, I am proud to report that our 911 comm center is at its highest staffing levels since 2018. Being fully staffed means calls are answered more quickly, responses come faster, and our residents have confidence that whenever they need help, someone will always be there. Another way we are expanding our capacity to keep our community safe is by harnessing the power of technology. Our real-time crime center serves as the mission control for public safety, integrating real-time traffic and business camera feeds with advanced intelligence tools. This gives our officers on the ground the information they need to make smarter, faster, and safer decisions. We're also pioneering innovation through our drone as a first responder program. These drones can reach a scene in just 2 minutes. In high-stakes situations, those extra minutes and eyes can mean the difference between escalation and resolution, saving lives, improving safety, and freeing our officers to respond to more urgent calls. We're also leveraging technology to crack down on one of the concerns that we hear most from residents: reckless driving. Whether it's street racing, speeding through school zones, or running red lights, dangerous driving behavior on our roads will not be tolerated. Our photo radar enforcement programs, including photo red light cameras and photo speed safety cameras, help change driving behavior and make our streets safer. Today, 20 intersections across Colorado Springs are equipped with red light cameras to hold dangerous drivers accountable. Furthermore, enforcement is up, and we are zeroing in on repeat and prolific offenders. The proof is in the results. We have issued more than 132,000 citations for red light violations. Overall, ticketing is up 29%, including a 213% increase in school zones since I took office. Because nothing matters more than keeping our kids safe. Property crime as a whole is down 16%, with motor vehicle thefts down 41%, and vehicle break-ins down 32%. We're also seeing other encouraging trends in violent crime. Homicides are down by 20%, and murders have dropped by nearly 30%. And we are responding faster. And here's the good news. Priority 1 call response times have improved from 15 minutes to 11 minutes, and 30% more calls to 911 are now answered within 20 seconds or less. Friends, these are more than just numbers on a page. This is peace of mind. This is what real progress looks like, and we are just getting started. And while our police officers work tirelessly to keep our neighborhoods safe, our firefighters stand ready in moments of crisis, protecting lives and property with courage, innovation, and resilience. Under the leadership of International Fire Chief of the Year, Randy Royal, more than 500 firefighters serve our community from 24 stations across the city. And as of yesterday, that family grew. We cut the ribbon on our newest fire station, Station 24. Station 24 is at New Life Drive and Intercourse Parkway. It's now open and ready to serve you. But this new station is more than a building. It is a promise. A promise that as our city grows, we will keep pace, especially on the rapidly expanding north side. A promise that we are working towards arriving at emergencies within 8 minutes or less 90% of the time. And as our downtown continues to grow, we are ready. Our brand new area tower truck ensures that we can respond quickly to high-rise structure fires and navigate the most complex area terrain, keeping our businesses and our residents and visitors safe. Because in every emergency, whether it's a fire call, a medical call, or natural disaster, every minute saved means lives saved and property saved. And since every minute can mean the difference between life and death, we're also innovating on how we respond. Colorado Springs is proud to be the first city in the state to pioneer a whole blood program, bringing life-saving blood transfusion directly to people in critical emergencies. The results speak volumes. More than 80 lives saved, which is a 70% survival rate. Among those lives are baby Rosie and her mom Chelsea, both whom received life-saving transfusions on the same day. You see, their story is a reminder that behind every statistic is a face, a family, and a future. When we talk about public safety, the scale of the fire department's work is immense. This year alone, our firefighters have responded to 531 structure fires, 99 grassland and wildland fires, and 618 fires in homeless encampments. In every case, they acted swiftly and decisively to save lives, preventing devastation, and to stop the next Wilder Canyon fire or Black Forest fire before it could begin. Our wildfire prevention efforts are just as critical to the safety and resilience of our city. In the past year, we have treated nearly 1,900 acres to reduce wildfire risk. And thousands of residents, thousands of you stepped up as partners in this effort, with more than 3,400 homes participating in our neighborhood chipping program. And we are leveraging artificial intelligence to strengthen wildfire evacuation planning and improve response times. This keeps families and homes and neighborhoods safer in the face of growing wildfire risk. Together, these efforts are making Colorado Springs safer and stronger. To every firefighter, paramedic, dispatcher, and police officer, thank you for your service and for your sacrifice. You are guardians of our community, and our community is grateful. Thank you. I'm looking over there because my police chief and fire chief are sitting there. Friends, no one embodies these values more than Sergeant Olaf Cheney, a U.S. Army veteran. Sergeant Cheney has devoted 35 years to protecting Colorado Springs. He leads the police department's homeless outreach team, a specialized patrol that balances enforcement with compassion, improving the health, safety, and the wellness of our entire city. Their mission is about more than enforcing the law. It is also about offering both hope and help. I once ran into members of his team, and I asked them to describe their work. You know what they said? We're 50% social workers, and we're 50% law enforcement officers. That spirit is the direct reflection of Sergeant Cheney's leadership. His service extends well beyond patrol. He's been a mentor to younger officers, a member and a leader of the Honor Guards, including today, and even dressed as Santa Claus for Toys for Tots. Here's the thing, his legacy is not just his individual career, but also his family. His oldest daughter, oldest son, and son-in-law are all law enforcement officers in our community. Sergeant Cheney, on behalf of a grateful city, thank you for your decades of service, your leadership and your heart and your example. And as you transition into your well-earned retirement, we wish you rest, joy, fulfillment in this next chapter of life. Our community owes you a debt of gratitude, and I'd like for you and your wife, Wendy, to stand to be recognized. They're over there. Another North Star priority of mine and a clear expectation from you all is protecting and investing in our city's infrastructure. This means our roads, bridges, parks, airport, and social infrastructure, the backbone of daily life in Colorado Springs. The data and your feedback are clear. Street and road maintenance must be a top priority, and that's exactly what we're doing. Let's start with the number one piece of feedback that I hear everywhere I go, including today: potholes. And what is the state of the city address without the mayor addressing potholes? You're welcome. So here's the thing, the numbers tell the story of the impact. In 2022, our crews have repaired just over 60,000 potholes in 2023. That number grew to 85,000 potholes in 2024, over 94,000 potholes. And this year, we've repaired more than 52,000 potholes, and I recently made the decision to add 12 more members to our crew to our pothole response team so that we can respond more quickly and effectively. And we've made it easier. And we've made it easier for you to help. Last month, we rolled out the new and improved GoCOS app, a one-stop shop where you can report potholes and graffiti, broken sidewalks, downed trees, park maintenance issues, and more than 90 other non-emergency concerns. Over 90 issues. Yes, and I still want you to think of the GoCOS app as your pothole app. I need your help. Be your eyes, because your reports do make a difference. But let me be clear. Fixing potholes is only a Band-Aid solution. The real solution for safe, smooth roads is repaving. And that is why I am deeply grateful for your overwhelming 73% approval last November to extend 2C Road Improvement Program for another 10 years. The largest road improvement investment in our city's history. Without raising taxes, this initiative will invest $820 million into our roads and extend their lifespan. So thanks to your investment, 2C projects are happening right now in neighborhoods across the city, on Oro Blanco Drive, Flying W Ranch Road, Cheyenne Boulevard, South Shelton Road, and many more. And my hat, truly, to the public, my hat's off to the public servant on our public works team who deliver on this calling every day. I'd like to highlight one of them. His name is Dwayne Jackson. He is part of a 48-member crew responsible for filling potholes across our 6,400 miles of roadway, the largest in the state of Colorado. The same crew also drives our snowplows, keeping our roads clear and safe in the winter. I had the chance to join Dwayne out on the job, filling potholes, and even driving a snowplow. And believe me, it's a lot harder than it looks. Every time I see Dwayne, he radiates joy for his work. He is a public servant through and through. In his own words, my favorite part of the job is looking out for my team and making sure residents can get where they need to go safely. Dwayne The Rock Jackson, you're a rock star. He's over there. Thank you for your service. Dwayne is one of 210 men and women in our operations and maintenance division, working every day to keep your roads safe and reliable. And when unplanned challenges arise, they step up. Take North Cheyenne Canyon. Heavy rains recently washed out a section of the road, cutting off access to one of our city's most cherished outdoor destinations. In just 10 days, working in partnership with Colorado Springs Utilities, our crews rebuilt the road and restored access. Their quick action supported canyon residents, kept emergency routes open, and preserved summer adventures. That same spirit of care extends beyond our canyons into our neighborhoods. Through citywide cleanup efforts, we have removed more than 9 million pounds of trash and debris this year alone. And our street sweepers and crews have cleared over 10,000 miles of roads and median. From streets to the skies, we are investing and maintaining the infrastructure that keeps our city moving forward. And at our very own Colorado Springs Airport, we are experiencing a transformation. New direct flights, both domestic and international, are taking off, including our inaugural international route to Cancun, Mexico. To support this milestone, we opened a state-of-the-art flight inspection services center, officially making Colorado Springs an international airport. That's a game changer, and it's only the beginning. We opened a new airport lounge, modernized a concourse, and in the coming year, travelers will even see more restaurants and amenities. Our message to visitors and residents alike is clear. We are elevating what we already have. And that same commitment extends to our social infrastructure. Just last month, we celebrated the grand opening of the new Colorado Springs Senior Center, a 23,000, yes, a 23,000 square foot milestone that reflects our city's deep commitment to our growing senior population. From classrooms to a health clinic to an indoor pickleball court. We love our pickleball. To a warm, welcoming, gathering spaces, this center was designed with care and intention. See, it honors the lifelong contribution of our seniors while creating opportunity for connection, activity, and learning. More than a building, this senior center is a promise that Colorado Springs is and will remain a city for seniors. And let's not forget one of our city's greatest treasures, the gift of our parks and outdoors. With 19,000 acres of parkland and 156 parks and 268 miles of trails, Colorado Springs is a living testament to conservation, recreation, and our deep connection to the land. That is why we remain committed to protecting, maintaining, and investing in this critical part of our infrastructure. This year, we expanded on that promise. We advanced 3 more sections of General Palmer's Legacy Loop, bringing to life his vision for a connected city. We launched construction on Greyhawk Park in the northeastern part of our city, a vibrant new community space where families will gather, children will explore, and memories will be made for generations to come. We also strengthened the future of Garden of Gods Park with new water line systems and vital accessibility upgrades along the Central Garden Trail, ensuring safety, preserving the park, and making sure that every resident and visitor can fully experience the wonder of this natural masterpiece. And as we talked about the Greyhawk Park and where memories will be made, please know that this city and our parks are being run by an incredible group of public servants. One of them is here today, and his name is Steve Schreck. Steve, why don't you stand up? Let's recognize Steve. So Steve is one of the many public servants who help care for our historic parks and our beloved parks, including America the Beautiful, Acacia, Monument Valley, and Steve is a familiar, welcoming face to everyone who visits them. You see, Steve's work goes far beyond fixing playgrounds and hauling trash or helping to run, skate in the park at Acacia during the holidays. But what sets Steve apart is really his care, his respect, and the dignity he brings to everyone who uses his parks, including our homeless neighbors. He knows many of them by names and masterfully balances compassion for people with careful stewardship of our public spaces. I recently connected with Steve, whose story proves that public service is in his DNA. 10 years ago, he left the private sector, joined the forestry department, hired from a pool of 121 candidates. And what I'm most drawn to is his work ethic, his humility, and servant heart. And the bonus is he's actually a Fighting Irish fan. So I see you, Steve. So Steve, thank you, and we appreciate you. Yeah. You see, Steve is part of a 110 dedicated park maintenance team who work every day to keep our parks a place of outdoor refuge, play, and community. So we so appreciate the work. Now, moving to the next section, homelessness and housing. Colorado Springs has become a model for our state and beyond. In terms of our homeless solution, we are also facing new realities, as reflected in our most recent point-in-time count. Over the past 10 months, we've been implementing our Homeless Response Action Plan, a holistic framework built around 6 priorities: enforcement, outreach and shelter, prevention and treatment, employment, housing with supportive services, and collaboration and leadership. And here's what action looks like. We expanded the sit-lie ordinance to strengthen downtown safety and improve how we respond to homelessness. We added 2 more officers to our homeless outreach team, enhancing both engagement and enforcement. This year, we've cleared more than 1,100 encampments, many posing serious health and safety hazards. In the process, we've made 120 felony arrests, but more importantly, we've built relationships and connected people to critical services, thanks to our outreach partners like Homeward, Pikes Peak, and Serenity Recovery Connection. And our fire department's homeless outreach program has continued this outreach, providing transportation, housing assistance, vital records, and educational assistance for nearly 3,000 homeless individuals this year. Together with the Downtown Partnership, we have launched the Clean and Safe program, pairing outreach with navigation support from downtown churches and the faith community. We supported access to mental health and substance abuse treatment, partnering with providers like Steps Springs and Colorado Springs Recovery Center, so individuals can take the first steps towards recovery. And we are working urgently to expand emergency winter shelter capacity to ensure that no one is left out in the cold. And we are bringing together nonprofits, philanthropies, and faith partners to align efforts to anticipate needs and strengthen leadership across the system. I'm especially proud of our philanthropic and faith partners who are stepping up at a time when federal funding is shrinking and local nonprofits need greater support. The spirit of generosity and collaboration is what makes Colorado Springs shine brightest in the face of our toughest challenges. And even as we strengthen enforcement, outreach, and services, we're also working to expand housing options across the city, one of the greatest challenges that we are up against as a city. As it relates to housing, our new comprehensive housing needs assessment, along with analysis from the Common Sense Institute, confirm what many of us already know. Our region faces a housing shortfall of nearly 28,000 units. That's a sobering number. The gap is large, but over the past year, we've made meaningful progress. Since I took office, 7,500 single-family homes, condos, and apartments have been permitted and or constructed. And since my last State of the City address, 1,700 affordable housing units have opened or are under construction or are working to break ground. And friends, these are homes for seniors, for families, for young professionals, and for those transitioning out of homelessness. Projects like Silver Key, Senior Apartments, Wendy's Village, the Launch Pad, and Bradley Ridge are more than buildings. They are opportunities for dignity and hope. But government alone cannot solve this challenge. It takes a village to build a village. It takes great partnership with builders, nonprofit leaders, real estate professionals, and community members. It also takes faith leaders who step up to say yes in God's backyard. And we could not do this without you all, and I'm deeply grateful. And here's the thing, housing must be seen as a critical infrastructure for a flourishing city. In the same way we think about roads, bridges, parks, powers, and water systems. By investing wisely and working together, we can create a Colorado Springs where seniors age with dignity, young families build their future, and every resident has a place to call home. Economic vitality, beginning with the broader picture, like families and businesses and cities across the country, Colorado Springs is navigating a season of economic uncertainty and headwinds. From high interest rate to rising cost of goods and materials to historically low consumer confidence, the national economy is having a direct impact on our local economy. And I know you feel it. I know many of you feel it in your households and in your businesses. And we feel it too at the city. because our city's general fund revenue is directly tied to consumer spending. Now, that's the bad news. But here's the good news. Despite the national challenges, the economic foundation of Colorado Springs is actually strong. The evidence is in the data. Since I took office, Pikes Peak Regional Building Department has permitted $4.7 billion in construction valuation, a powerful sign of confidence in this region. Our labor market is holding steady with an unemployment rate of 3.9%, lower than both the state average of 4.2% and the national average of 4.3%. And our tourism economy continues to soar. In 2024, we welcomed a record 25.5 million visitors who spent $3.1 billion, the highest in our city's history. We've seen that spirit in action this year, and no venue has been more instrumental in driving that impact than the Broadmoor. Among the many events hosted here were the U.S. Senior Open, driving 130,000 attendees, generating $24 million in economic impact. The 40th Space Symposium, attracting 10,000 participants from more than 40 countries and delivering $60 million in impact. The U.S. Olympic Paralympic Hall of Fame induction ceremony, honoring legends like Allison Felix, Kerry Walsh Jennings, and Bodie Miller, cementing our identity as Olympic City, USA. And just up I-25, we celebrated another milestone, the opening of Hotel Polaris at the U.S. Air Force Academy. 375 guest bedrooms and 40,000 square feet of meeting space that adds new opportunities for tourism and economic growth. Friends, it is clear Colorado Springs continues to be a world-class destination. And I want to thank our partners at Visit COS, our hoteliers, our attraction, and all our tourism partners who truly help make this possible. But our economic vitality goes beyond tourism. The city has partnered with the Chamber and EDC and the State Office of Economic Development and International Trade, and many chambers across the community. We have secured 16 economic development agreements since I took office, the most in our city's history. These agreements are projected to create 2,700 new jobs, generate $1.1 billion in capital investment, and deliver $69 million in new city revenue. I love the sound of that. But here's what I'm most proud of. I love the sound of that because the more money the city have, the more we can take care of you. But here's what I'm most proud of. That 10 of those agreements are with small businesses, because small businesses aren't just part of our economy. They are the soul of it. And as your small business mayor, I know the power of a city that says, we not only see you, but let us help you. That's why we launched Small Business Walks, connecting nearly 450 small businesses with resources and support. It's why we built Permit Partner, which has already helped more than 5,000 business owners navigate starting or expanding. And it's why the Survive and Thrive loan program has awarded $2.1 million to 94 small businesses since I took office, giving them the capital and mentorship to grow. And turning to one of the most important economic stories for our city is Peak Innovation Park. Earlier this year, I signed a milestone agreement with Travis Deal, the CEO of Colorado Springs Utilities, to deliver 600 megawatts of power and full utility infrastructure to the Airport Business District, a multi-generational investment of $222 million from the city and utilities. You see, this agreement unlocks a lot of opportunity, including 1,400 acres of new shovel-ready land for high-tech manufacturers, defense contractors, and other industries whose jobs support our military installation and fuel our regional economy. This agreement also secured $1.3 billion in projected capital investment, nearly 1,000 high-paying jobs, and a total economic impact of $3 billion, almost 6% of our region's entire economy. And when it comes to aerospace, space, defense, and cybersecurity, I am proud to report that the future of Colorado Springs remains strong. Yes, the decision to relocate U.S. Space Command to Huntsville was deeply disappointing, but what we're losing is largely symbolic. What matters most is the opportunities that remain here. In fact, just 2 days after that announcement, Mobius, a woman-owned space and missile defense firm, chose to expand in Colorado Springs, bringing 75 high-paying jobs to our city. And the expansion is proof of our strategic importance and growing strength in this sector. And while U.S. Spacecom headquarters may be moving, many of its critical assets remain here in Colorado Springs, including the Missile Warning Center, the National Space Defense Center, the Joint Functional Component Command for Integrated Missile and Defense. We're also home of the U.S. Space Operations Command, also known as SPOC, and of course, NORAD Northcom. You see, no city in America is better positioned to support our nation's space and defense mission, including Golden Dome. And our military impact doesn't stop there. Fort Carson continues to be a vital contributor to both our economy and national defense. As a designated installation of the future, Fort Carson is pioneering military innovations from autonomous vehicles to smart infrastructure, serving as a living lab for the future of our defense right here at the base of Pikes Peak. And while 60% of Fort Carson soldiers are deployed across the globe, their absence is felt, and we pray for their safety, even as we take great pride in the service and sacrifice. Friends, in the end, while economic uncertainty persists, in Colorado Springs, we're not just weathering the storm, we are building momentum, shaping a future defined by growth, resilience, opportunity, innovation, and business support. And finally, community activation. A flourishing city is a shared responsibility. Together with business leaders, nonprofits, churches, faith organizations, and many partners, we are building a city of great neighbors and neighborhoods, bringing this vision to life every day. Earlier this year, we relaunched the Keep It Clean COS campaign, inviting everyone to take collective ownership of our city's trash cleanup efforts. This initiative is powered by three forces: the dedication of our city department, the unwavering support of our community partners, and the everyday actions of residents like you. And I'm proud to share that more than a dozen organizations coordinate regular cleanups. In this past year, hundreds of volunteers have collected over 10 tons of trash from streets, sidewalks, creeks, and parks. Nonprofit partners continue to run weekly, monthly, and yearly cleanups that anyone can join. And speaking of yearly cleanups, there's still opportunities this fall to join Fountain Creek's Watershed Creek Week and 'Cause I Love You's City Serve Days. You can learn more at coloradosprings.gov/keepitclean. Friends, cleaning our city does more than beautify. It builds community. It strengthens connection and even boosts mental health. And speaking of mental health, no partnership has been more impactful than Pikes Peak Rising, a regional collaboration of over 40 organizations addressing mental health head-on. And while the city is not a mental health provider, we recognize the impact and the power of upstream solutions, prevention that builds stronger people, stronger families, and a stronger city. This year, we launched the Pikes Peak Rising Business Collective, equipping small businesses with suicide prevention training, peer support, and access to 988, a 24-hour mental health hotline. We also expanded 988, the lifeline opportunity, with the Colorado Springs Police Department, allowing our officers to connect residents directly with licensed practitioners for non-emergency support, and it's already making a difference. But the most profound impact of our mental health efforts came just 2 weeks ago when the El Paso County Coroner's Office released their annual report showing an 18% decrease in death by suicide across all ages, and a 60, and wait for it, a 60% decrease among youth. That's incredible. I want to honor the work of our incredible partners, many of them who are leading the way in suicide prevention, from El Paso County Public Health to Change Line to Pikes Peak Suicide Prevention Partnership and Diversus Health, and many more. Thank you to the lives that you have touched and the difference you're making. But let me be clear, the work is not done. Every death by suicide is way too many. But thanks to these partnerships, we are making a real difference. And together, we will continue to push forward. From safer streets to cleaner neighborhoods, we've taken bold steps, and momentum is on our side. Yet every city in America faces hurdles that test its resilience. And it's in confronting those challenges that we reveal our true strength. And as we confront these challenges, from federal cuts and economic uncertainty to keeping our neighborhoods safe, investing in public spaces, expanding housing affordability, and managing the cost of politics, we will keep our eyes on the end zone, digging deep, pressing forward, and finishing strong for Colorado Springs. I just want to highlight our playbook. Through the Pikes Peak Community Foundation, our Spacious Skies report, we will harness our collective voice of the community to respond directly to the priorities that matter. This report is one of our power plays on the path to becoming a true peak city, not only tackling our toughest challenges, but ensuring that we are playing the long game, scoring touchdowns, and leading with vision and purpose. By aligning public, private, philanthropic, and community partners, we can reach our full peak potential through bold, extraordinary solutions no single sector can achieve alone. Some of the standout projects that are driving the Peak City vision are the Center for Public Safety Excellence, a state-of-the-art, scenario-based regional training campus where police, fire, and emergency management teams train side by side to meet the safety needs of a growing region. 2, the North Nevada Corridor Redevelopment, reimagining a vital corridor south of the University of UCCS into a vibrant hub for housing, jobs, mobility, guided by the expertise of the Urban Land Institute. 3, keep it clean and safe, AKA kick-ass. Yes, I just said kick-ass, because I believe this program will kick ass. So we will expand the downtown safety efforts with specialized homeless outreach and business engagement support to places like South Nevada, Fillmore, Uinta Gardens, and other priority areas across our city. 4, Peak Innovation Park. We will continue to pave the way for long-term resilience in our economy, unlocking new business growth and job opportunities for the next 25 years. 5, Colorado Springs Utilities will continue to invest in the long-term growth and resilience of our city, beginning with nearly $4 billion in planned improvements. We're preparing to meet rising demands and adapting to evolving regulations and ensuring essential services remain strong for generations to come. And 6, through the COS Creek Initiative, in partnership with utilities, Pikes Peak Waterways, and the city, we are reimagining 7 miles of fountain and monument creeks, restoring nature, and creating a premier destination of recreation, sparking economic vitality, and shaping a sense of place that is uniquely Colorado Springs. And furthermore, we are building a foundation for the next generation, one rooted in health, teamwork, and opportunity, through a future multi-sport athletic complex, expansion of child care facilities across the city, and pursuing a vision of growth that is rooted and balances responsible stewardship of our limited resources with bold, forward-looking possibilities. Friends, as I close, here's the thing. These forward-looking plays they're planting seeds of legacy for a garden that future generations get to enjoy. As the old proverb says, society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit. That is the wisdom of our city's founders. General William Jackson Palmer, Spencer Penrose, Julie Penrose, Winfield Scott Stratton, and many more who made strategic investments to shape Colorado Springs into the vibrant city that we enjoy today. It's our turn. It is our turn. It is our turn to plant seeds of safety, infrastructure, public places, spaces, and visionary opportunities that will grow into shade that we may never sit, but future generations get to enjoy. And this mission of legacy is why I said yes to running for mayor in the first place. I remember one of the first conversations I had with my wife, Abby, about running. We were both scared, fully aware of the cost of stepping into the public arena. But Abby said, if it means our family pays the price for this decision so that other households can experience a good quality of life, then it's worth it. I could not do this legacy work without Abby's unwavering support, her wisdom and love. Thank you, babe. And I'm equally grateful for our 3 children, Deweet, Toomey, and Zion. Every hour I spend away, every sacrifice I make, they make too. And just as I am grateful for my family's sacrifice and support, I'm equally grateful for you for stepping up, for showing up, and for my incredible team that serves this city with me. The work of building a legacy is never done in isolation. It takes a dedicated team of public servants. So to my entire 3,000-person team, including my Chief of Staff, Jamie Fabus, my Deputy Chief of Staff, Travis Easton and Ryan Trujillo, our department directors, and every employee on the front lines of service, thank you for being the hands and feet of this operations, and thank you for giving your all to make Colorado Springs stronger for generations to come. Will my city team in person here today please stand up to be recognized? I close, as I did last year, in the words of one of my all-time heroes, President Abraham Lincoln, in 1861, as he previewed his plans to heal a once divided nation. In his second inaugural address, he declared, with malice towards none and with charity for all, let us strive to finish the work we're in. So Colorado Springs, with malice towards none and with charity for all, I invite you to join me in building a legacy, one that is safe, economically prosperous, culturally rich, welcoming, and a vibrant city, a world-class American city on the hill that we proudly call Colorado Springs. And I still believe with all my heart that greater things are yet to come and greater things are still to be done in this city. Thank you. God bless you all. And thank you for coming. Onward and upward.
Thank you, Mayor Yibby. Absolutely inspirational. There's just one point of clarity I have to give. I am not a Notre Dame fan. But where the mayor and I 100% agree, and the chamber and EDC will be there to support him and his administration, is while our state and our city has many challenges, we also have so many opportunities and so many possibilities when we partner and work together for the greater good. And I agree, it is our time, and we must take that bull by the horns. I know the Southern comes out in me. and make big things happen. I'm completely encouraged, and we're ready to be part of that team. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today from Colorado Springs and El Paso County. And thank you for those that joined via the live stream online. Warm thank you again to all of our sponsors that made today possible. Without you, we could not do it. And before we go, just a few upcoming events from the Chamber and EDC for ways for you to lean in. We have a business